It's Calisardi on Sporting Icons.
Okay, so the WBA have released their new rankings up and down their weight divisions, and they are the first to do it each and every month as always. So we do have to give them some kind of credit, but that's the only credit I'm going to give them in this video. After I go through their top 15 and point out all the changes, I'm going to let them have it. It's absolute garbage. Are they biased? Are they corrupt? Are they incompetent? Are they bent? Are they just damn right just don't give a damn? I'm going to let them have it. It's absolutely garbage to end the year of 2023 with rankings like this. Disgusting. Anyway, so I'm going to go through the top 15, see what fights recently happened, what fights are coming up, have a little bit of a chat about it, go in on them, all that kind of good stuff. So if you are a boxing fan, firstly, great. Please click that subscribe button. Who else does this on YouTube? Nobody does, right? Anyway, enjoy. So here's a new top 15 for the WBA to close out 2023. The WBA Super World Heavyweight Champion is Oleksandr Usyk, Unified Heavyweight Champion at that. The WBA Regular World Heavyweight Champion, unbelievably, is Manuel Charr. Number 1, Deontay Wilder. Number 2, Martin Bakole. Number 3, Anthony Joshua. Number 4, Arslanbek Makhmudov. Number 5, Lenny Pera. Number 6, Jarrell Miller. Number 7, Daniel Dubois. Number 8, Frank Sanchez. Number 9, Fabio Wardley. Number 10, Junior Farr. Number 11, Cassius Chaney. Number 12, Filip Hrgovic. Number 13, Justice Huni. Number 14, Jonathan Guidry. And number 15, Ivan Dajko. So that's top 15 for the WBA to close out 2023. Dropped out this month, 2 people, Jared Anderson, who was number 8 last month, and Ajay Kabiel, who was number 12 last month. Quite why them two have been dropped? Well, we'll discuss that a little bit more as this video goes along, and I'll show you the absolute bias, corruption that the WBA quite clearly are, okay? Because they're absolute wank. Anyway, so because them two have been dropped, it means that there's 2 newbies. Let's start off with number 10, Junior Farr. Junior Farr, who not so long ago got knocked out by Lucas Brown. Previously, of course, he lost on points to Joseph Parker. I think it was on points. Now, Junior Farr, number 10 here, will be taking on number 8, Frank Sanchez. Frank Sanchez has been boosted by 7 positions. Unbelievably, right? Frank Sanchez, who last time out fought an absolute cabbage patch driver. And before then, same. Before then, a dishwasher. Before then, a Burger King employee. And before then, I don't know, a milkman. Okay, but yeah, he's been boosted by 7 positions. Now, have they done this with Frank Sanchez and Junior Farr to make it look like, hey, look, 2 of our guys are actually fighting each other? That's what boxing's all about, right? Because the WBA, maybe they think boxing fans are stupid that we don't notice these kind of things. Who knows? But Frank Sanchez versus Junior Farr is an okay fight. But Frank Sanchez seems to be going backwards ever since he fought and defeated F.A. Jagba. But he's going backwards. And Junior Farr, who wasn't so long ago, got knocked out by Lucas Brown. Okay, he's had a bounce-back win. Is what it is. Is he going to beat Frank Sanchez? Who knows? Probably not. Okay? But awful, awful. So we can see quite clearly what the WBA are doing. They're trying to tap in on that December the 23rd show in Saudi Arabia with Joshua versus Wilder. Joshua versus Wallin, my bad. And Wilder versus Parker and so forth and so on. So I think that's why they've done it. Anyway, another insert is number 11, Cassius Chaney, American heavyweight, 23-1. That one defeat was to, I think it was George Arias, if I remember rightly. George Arias, who was undefeated at that time, but he lost to Jared Anderson. But yet Jared Anderson has been dropped. Unbelievably. But Cassius Chaney, who's just defeated Trevor Bryan, of all people, he knocked him out. Okay, no biggie. My grandma will probably knock out Trevor Bryan, if we're being honest. Now, Cassius Chaney, listen, he's a decent fighter. He is. He's a top 15 fighter. I have no qualms against it, but for me, there's plenty of fighters around who should be in the top 15, but they're not. And Cassius Chaney is quite clearly a what? A Don King fighter, right? Well, he must be, because he defeated Trevor Bryan, who's a Don King fighter, and that was on a Don King show. Is that why Cassius Chaney's here? Probably. We all know the bias when it comes to the WBA and Don King. That is for sure, no doubt about it. Just like number 14, Jonathan Guidry, a Don King fighter. Do you see the pattern? Once long ago, they had Bermane Stiverne ranked in the WBA along with Trevor Bryan. They even had Trevor Bryan as WBA regular world heavyweight champion. The bias with Don King, right? Unbelievably. Anyway, so other changes. Well, no other changes really. I mean, you could kind of argue and say, well, is Cassius Chaney on here because he's a Don King fighter? Yeah, probably. Is Junior Fire on there because he's taking on Frank Sanchez December 23rd? Yeah, probably. But then you have to look at number 12 last month, Ajit Kabiel, who's now been dropped. Ajit Kabiel is going to be taking on number 4, Arslan Makhmudov, on the very same card, December 23rd, in Saudi Arabia. So why is Ajit Kabiel, the European heavyweight champion, been dropped? I don't get it. I really don't get these rankings. These rankings are absolute pish. They're pish. And I think what they've done is they've kind of clubbed certain things together. Like number 6, Jarrell Miller, and number 7, Darren Dubois. Obviously, them two are fighting each other. Do you see the pattern of what it is that they're trying to do here? Surely you see it. Again, that fight will be taking place on December 23rd. I like that fight, by the way. I do. Number 1, Deontay Wilder will be taking on Joseph Parker on the very same card, but Joseph Parker's not here. Number 3, Anthony Joshua will be taking on Otto Wallin. Otto Wallin is not in the top 15. So why is Junior Farr? There has to be more to it. There has to be more to it than what I'm thinking. I mean, there has to be. This is absolute nonsense. The WBA are the worst sanctioning bodies out there. Without fail. They have to be. Who's worse than WBA when it comes to rankings? Who's more biased or corrupt or incompetent? Whichever one you want to choose. Which one is worse? The WBA. Nobody's worse than the WBA. They are absolute garbage. And considering that they are the oldest organisation, the oldest sanctioning body, and look what they do. They just don't give a fuck, do they? They don't care. They just don't care. And is anybody going to do anything about it? No. That's why they're going to continue. Should the ABC Commission do something about it? Yeah. Will they? No, because they've got no backbone either. They should go through their threat and ban them from American soil. That's what they should do. But they won't. They won't. Anyway, that's about it. No other fights are coming up that I'm aware of, to be honest with you. But just to close out 2023, the WBA, they're closing out 2023 much like they started it. And much like they continued it. Much like they did last year. Absolute pish. Garbage. WBA, sort yourself out. Employ some people who actually know what they're doing. Or who are not on the take. Because somebody somewhere's on the take. They have to be, don't they? Garbage. Absolute garbage. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.